Simon, Thomas Tuchel, at one time, in your eyes, could do no wrong. Thomas Tuchel is this, Thomas Tuchel is that.
Yeah.
And then after they get the draw against Brighton, a match that they looked as if, and they should have won, really, but well done, Brighton, for biting right back at the end. Thomas Tuchel's tune kind of changed somewhat. Have a listen.
We have 7 COVID cases. We had 4 or 5 key players out for 6 or more weeks. How should we compete in a title race? Everybody else who has a full squad and has everybody in training and is training every single day in full power to come through this league would be stupid. If we can do it, out of COVID, and if we can do it just out of injuries and just play, and everybody would be stupid to have 23 fit players. I compete heavily for the win against Brighton, of course, at home, but I simply don't know what I can expect from my players in terms of physical, in terms of minutes, in terms of intensity. I don't know it anymore.
So where do we stand with that? Yeah. Oh dear. I mean, would he have been saying that if they'd won 1-0?
Maybe. I think there's a few of them that are in relatively petulant, strident, truculent mood. Maybe he and his mate over at Liverpool can get a little choir together and sing the particular song that they're singing about the nature of the fixtures. We all know it's a little bit arduous.
Yeah, but that's defeatist language.
No, I don't think it is. I think it's petulant. I think he's unhappy with the current run of results. Obviously, they've got a decent result against Aston Villa, but I think he's currently not getting the return from the team that he thinks he should be getting. They've all got very strident views about how they should be able to change the fixture list and how it should all bend and buckle to what they want, even though they knew at the beginning of the season this fixture list was going to be congested. They knew the landscape, they knew that the challenges were whatever they are. COVID has come about. This idea that he said yesterday that, well, what did they do? They play for 10 days after they got out of bed. 90% of these players are not in bed with COVID. They're isolating because they've been around players that have had COVID. So with the greatest will in the world,
rein it in
a little bit. But I just think that what he'll do is he will recover his poise, and he will have a different attitude. He's belligerent, he's petulant, he was, monosyllabic with a journalist last night. It was like pulling teeth. And I understand that, because you know what? You show me a good loser and I'll show you a loser.
Yeah, fair enough.
So with that in mind, I don't expect him to be dancing around like some court jester.
Yeah, but Simon, I heard him say, it's stupid to think we're in the title race. No, it's not. I mean, what's Abramovich going to think when he hears that? Damn well getting the title race.
I mean, football managers have a tendency to talk off the top of their heads. This is a very strong football manager, a very educated, erudite, polyglot football manager that's well able to be able to converse in a way that he wants. They're unhappy. He's unhappy with his team. He wants to dial the narrative back a little bit and manage expectations, because all of a sudden the expectations of Thomas Tuchel, people like me that don't really count but have an opinion either which way, that talk about him winning the league and anyone finishing in front of them are going to win the league, and Chelsea are my favourites, are seeing he's probably feeling a little bit of pressure because they're not competing well in the league. When the Champions League starts again and they kick off again in the Champions League, maybe his mood will change again.
Yeah.
But I didn't look at it last night. I just thought, okay, first of all, I thought childish, petulant, and then I thought, hang on, superimpose yourself in that situation. It's easy to turn around and say childish and petulant and defeatist, but when you come out of a game, it's directly after the game, you're disappointed, you haven't got the result you wanted, and you get questions that are very formulaic, and of course you're going to turn around and give certain answers. Should he do better? Possibly. Will his team do better? Undoubtedly. Let's write them out of the Premier League if they get beat by Man City on the 15th of January. If that game goes to Man City, then I'll be turning around and saying, I don't think Chelsea are going to supersede Man City in the league this year.
Sure. I mean, they've got themselves to blame for Brighton coming back into it and Brighton equalising it at the end. He's got to remember that.
Yeah, but he's also got to remember that it wasn't just a case of Brighton coming into it. Brighton had 23 shots on goal and 53% possession.
Right.
So whilst they had the clear-cut chances, Chelsea, and they had opportunities to win this game, and perhaps arguably they could have had a penalty, it doesn't matter. You're only winning 1-0. If you wanted to put the game out of sight, you've got plenty enough talent in that side to have done it.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't require, a 91st minute equaliser from Welbeck to have taken it away from Chelsea. There was 90 other minutes in that game when they had control of their own destiny. Yeah, but Brighton are a good side.
They are.
They're a good side.
A few more people as well along
the way.
They're
a good side.
So, I mean, I was talking to Ali on the way out there when he vacated the studio and we came in, but he was working last night at Brentford, and of course Manchester City take advantage of slip-ups from Liverpool and Chelsea and go 8 clear at the top after their win at Brentford. Is it done and dusted?
No.
Is it City's?
It's not done and dusted. It's becoming like it looks that way because Man City are so good at this moment in time, and they seem to have the zeitgeist on playing games, winning games within the range of the gears. They're not even out of second gear half the time, Man City. But this is still 19 games to go. There's still lots of questions to be asked and answered. But the questions that are being asked right now lead to one set of answers. Man City are irresistible. I don't like to say it sometimes because I can't bear the crap I heard out of his mouth about strikes before the Christmas break.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is that undeniably, just because the table tells you, they're in the box seat. Klopp's over here with a depleted team and an attitude at times that doesn't, I think, sit with the stature of the man. Tuchel's disappearing into that territory, but they'll come back out fighting again because those two boys are very, very, very strong winners and leaders.
Well, I do think, though, Simon, that some of us are guilty of taking City's consistency, their relentlessness for granted. I mean,
no.
Who's
that then?
Well, just when you think they might slip up, they don't. I mean, even though they might have made slight heavy weather of it last night, their dominance was there for everybody to see.
I mean, Brentford didn't threaten them,
but they didn't fire in 3, 4, 5 goals.
No.
But their relentlessness is there for all to see. And Chelsea could have learnt from that last night. They don't, City don't slip up, whereas others do.
Sure, but Man City are 6 years in the making under Pep Guardiola. This hasn't just happened overnight. Tuchel's been there for a year. He's building a very good side. He's won the Champions League, which Pep Guardiola hasn't done in 6 years. Right, he's going to challenge at some stage for the Premier League title, whether it's this season by winning it or not, but next season, looking more likely now given the state of Man City. But I don't take Man City for granted. I think you've got to look at the fact that Man City have done what they're doing and the others haven't done what they should do.
Yeah.
Or on paper should do. Liverpool should have beaten Leicester with respect to Leicester. They had the chances to do it. Leicester fought and put on a rearguard action, and it was all wonderful to see them recover from the first half slaughtering they got against Man City, Leicester. But Liverpool and Chelsea are the architects of their own downfall in this current situation.
Right.
But you know what? These things change. I don't think it will do because I think that City are so in the groove now. But you never know. When the Champions League starts up again and different challenges come into pass, we'll see if Man City can keep it. Because, all of a sudden, they're 8 points clear. If Chelsea beat them in the game on the 15th, then it's 5.
Oh, yeah, it changes.
And it all suddenly changes.
It all
again.
changes. There's Daz and Skipton. Guys, you don't hear Bielsa complaining about injuries and COVID. Maybe we don't. But we certainly heard
Tuchel. Speak English.
We certainly heard Tuchel this morning. Defeatist language, and I'm rounding in on it this morning. Defeatist language. Is that acceptable for any Chelsea manager halfway into the season? What did you make of what Tuchel was saying post-match after the 1-1 draw with Brighton? Give me a call on that if you like. Chelsea fans, you a bit disappointed in Tuchel? Where's the fighting talk? It's only halfway through proceedings. There's a long way to go in this league campaign yet. 03717 223344 810 89.